should have known. This a sound of the bar.
Imagine you live somewhere, you know, you've got a donkey to get about, you've lived there all your life, an old woman, and a leaflet drops in the sky and says F off or else you're going to get bombed and killed. What are you going to do? Oh, we better F off, right? Yeah. Where are you going to F off to? You F off right now from where you live and go somewhere else right now because you're going to get bombed and killed. You're going to go, you're going to, well, maybe going to get bombed. Maybe logical. Those are some of the poorest people on the planet.
I know. So they're also funded by Qatar and they get millions of dollars.
Well, but the Zionists get trillions of dollars from the Western governments.
Yeah.
The place was called Palestine.
Sure. There's never been a Palestinian state.
Yeah, the Ottoman Empire committed mass genocide in Syria and those places when they owned Palestine.
Aside, this is kind of semantics, right? I'm here to protest the Labour candidate.
Sure, okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And the Labour candidate is representative of the Labour government, and the Labour government are complicit in the genocide because they are supplying the weapons to the Israelis, right?
Yeah.
And that's what this protest is about.
I do agree.
And the flags that we've got here are symbolic of the Palestinian cause. So when you call it a war, there's no parity in this, you know?
There is to some degree.
There's no some degree in it. There's no parity.
There is a casualty of war is civilian deaths.
Okay, so what about casualty genocide?
I'm just making the point that the numbers could be inflated.
Is this genocide?
I wouldn't say it's complete and utter devastational genocide, but to some degree the IDF have gone over the top. I do agree with that, and they have.
So is it or is it not? Is it genocide?
I just said no. The numbers could be inflated because civilians are casualties.
How much do you think the numbers are inflated by?
I don't know.
How many civilian casualties do you think there are?
Hundreds? No, probably tens of thousands.
Tens of thousands?
Yeah.
Tens of thousands?
Yeah, no, the IDF have gone completely over the top.
The IDF have gone over the top?
Yeah.
Right, so we've got
but it is not a calculated genocide.
How many?
It is not a calculated genocide.
Not a calculated genocide?
No.
Genocide. Calculated genocide?
Because why don't they just completely annihilate?
They've been doing that pretty much for the last 75 years. They've
ethnically
cleansed them. They've shot Palestinians for fun, for decades.
How is Hamas still standing if you're saying it's complete and utter genocide?
Because you can't kill an ideology. The IRA are still in Ireland. You've still got people in the IRA. People who want to remove your colonisers from your land are always going to be there. That's an ideology. Your point is this: it's not a genocide until everyone's dead. That's your position.
No, that's not my point at all. That's not what I'm saying. You're saying it's complete genocide, right?
It's complete genocide. We are watching the ongoing genocide of our people.
Okay.
But we're kind of getting into an argument over terminology.
Yeah, I know.
And it seems kind of irrelevant.
Yeah.
All I'm concerned about is that there's tens of thousands of innocent people.
Yeah, no, it's not.
And that our government are complicit in that. And if our government weren't complicit in that, I probably wouldn't be standing here.
Fair enough.
If our government were complicit in that, if Sheila Gilmore and her Labour Party weren't complicit in that, I wouldn't be taking my time out on a Sunday to come out here and make a political point.
I mean, information is so conflicted these days.
I don't think we need to be conflicted by information and we're looking at images and see the IDF revelling in the murder If you want to take a position that you feel that the information that you're seeing there has been manipulated and skewed,
it's been manipulated on both sides.
I don't think that the Palestinian resistance has a particularly sophisticated manipulation of global media. I do believe that the IDF and the Zionists have got full control in the propagandization of our entire Western media.
We don't want nothing from Babylon. No satisfied till flames take Vatican. Slave master vanish like magician. We no ease up, we no dirty politician.
Genocide can't be just tolerated. It just can't be something we see on the news. It has to be real to people, and that's why we're here today.
Same Labour Party, and the Labour Party is complicit with the genocide of the Palestinian people.
We keep pushing till all Babylon attach. Knees never buckle, yet them off is steadfast.
Politicians who are supporting genocide, who aren't standing up, they're no vocal, they haven't made a declaration on Gaza and the deaths in Gaza. What we need to do is to say to them, well, we're not going to vote for you. It's as simple as that.
Out of the belly of the beast, Star Trek. One trip we from them, I go see the progress. Put to head what that Jaja promote. We don't want nothing from Babylon. No satisfied till flames take Vatican. Slave master vanish like magician. We no ease up, we no dirty politician.
Party politics shouldn't be anywhere near local government.
The issue with the roads in Edinburgh, and they're the worst that they've ever been, is ideological, it's deliberate. They've deliberately created a hostile environment for vehicles. They don't want people driving vehicles in the city. If you look at the waste of money that they've used with Sustrans to put these cycle tracks in everywhere, it costs them millions and millions of pounds. Totally front, it's a disgrace. You're lucky if you see two, if you look at Melville Terrace, you're lucky if you see two bikes in an entire day on that. I think it's about £20 million they spent on one street. These are what I would refer to as eco-zealots. They're ideological, they're cranks as far as I'm concerned. They don't want people driving vehicles in the city, and this is killing businesses, and that's why you should vote for an independent to try to undermine the party political structure. You've got to break this party political monopoly on the council.
I'm born and bred in this town, I know it like the back of my hand. I love this city, I love the people. Councillors are just nod dogs to the political parties. That doesn't serve the local people, and the councillors that are there, a great many of them have no connection to Edinburgh, and I just find that outrageous. Please do not vote for a mainstream party. Vote for something different. You have to undermine the party political monopoly on our local democracy. It's killing us. It's killing everything. Thanks very much.
Bonjour, good evening. Welcome to What the Six. It's not what the X, it's what the Six, because it's 6 on a Wednesday. Tonight we're going to play Is it or is it not genocide or not to genocide or not genocide? Hard to believe that they walk amongst us. Let me look at this Beldam scar on the X. Tomorrow I've got to amalgamate these things, haven't I? At some point. There's too many people in the chat, which I'm not going to lie, I like to see that. Who's all here? Arpino, evening, Rocky Vibration, howdy, Rona, howdy, Matty, Rebecca Radical. Let's collectively get cunts tilt. Rebecca Radical is one of my favourite artists ever. Madame Guy, well said, Bob. It's not genocide because it's not happening fast enough. Fair play. Like, what is add? Words fail me. Why do we even have the words? Like, you know, what's the point of words when this is the world that we're in? Dave Swift. Evening. Rebecca Radical heard about you through the show. There you go. Richard Flett up. Look at that. Full House. Great to see you all. Up. Macapella. Great to see you, bro. Well, here we are. I hope everyone's as well as can be expected. I kind of felt, part of me was like, oh, I don't think I've got the faculties for a What the Six. But then what would have happened if you had all turned up and I never bothered, eh? Good luck with that. Anyway, let's have a look. It's a strange world. The internet is it's a weird time. Everything's weird, isn't it?
King Kong. What's this I've got here? King Kong. Hilarious. The belter. That. But see, look, I like the language. Look. That belter tried to strawman you at Tesco. Hilarious. You ken this is a Scottish broadcast, don't you? Thank you, Madam Guy. We'll take a bet. We'll take a bet, maybe, in terms of how many votes we reckon that I might accrue tomorrow. I've got a conservative estimate. I don't know if we'll get into double figures, like, you know, but we'll see. But I think we've managed to prove a few points in the process. That horrible pogrom in Amsterdam, those poor innocent footy fans, I really did. I have felt they've been in my thoughts all week. I have been thinking about these poor souls, you know. Did Netanyahu not send a plane to go and rescue them all? I heard that was on the cards at some point. Let's Belgium goes sports tourists. Sky blue, hi all, hi to you. Sports tourists. That's one way to describe them. What's the Mark Hanna? Christ almighty. I never thought a passionate love letter tweet to pies and sausage rolls would blow up the way it has. The people of Edina have spoken loudly and clearly. Ballon d'Orbains. Mark tweeted about Baines yesterday, and what's happened is it gone. Look at this. 10,000 pie-related responses. But then it's not. These aren't just any pies. These are John Bain and Son pies. And for those of us who have made that pilgrimage to Stenhouse Cross, we've been well rewarded. Never mind going to the Hajj and laying your hands on that holy monolith, like, you know. Get yourself to John Bain's for a steak pie. Let's have a look here. That's right, I can't mind why, but was it you? Was it Beldam? It was some. I bet it was Fatus Prickus. I can't mind why I did a Terence McKenna at John Bain's image one time, but I did. I made this image. maybe there was a suggestion that Bain's pies were laced with some psychedelic, some tryptamine. Can I get a mince pie with tryptamine, please? What's got best pies ever? I tell you what, this guy Kensal Out has actually. They should get Kensal out and get this guy in, hands off HFC, because he's cracked it. If they started selling Baines pies at Easter Road, I'd probably go back. I've not been for the last few years. After a lifetime of following them, I'm into this woke Hibs business, like, you know, post 2016. I've never told this story, but I'll tell it now, just as a sort of, like, you know, seeing as we started off with a sports tourists story, but the morning after the final, and I was walking down, I was walking to Leith, and I was walking down I was at the top of Leith Walk, right, and the streets were lined with people because the cup was going to get brought down the parade, you know. It must be quite early. It must be like 10 o'clock or 10:30 in the morning, I think. And I was walking down, and it was like already, like, it was like at Elm Row, and there was like all these people there, you know. And I had stopped drinking, but just for the sake of it, the bonhomie of it all, you know. I just gave a wee sort of, like, you know, like, those in the know will know, you know. I was never shy of shouting at the game. Like, people that know me from the game would know I would let my presence be known. And I did that one where it's like, you know, we're the mental highways, baby. You know what I mean? Like, and just everybody just looked at me like I was a lunatic. And in that moment, I knew something was weird. I knew something weird had happened. And obviously what it was all folk that had never been to a Hibs game in their life, but they'd come out to celebrate us winning the cup. And they've been at Easter Road ever since. And I knew, in the back of my head, I was like, oh, wait a minute, something's going weird here. Anyway, what a racking tour, eh? So it looks like Mark Hanna's Baines pie. It looks like he's got a lot of interaction. I tell you where you would never get this level of engagement. Everybody here sharing stories. I've not read these. Later on this evening, perhaps before bedtime, I'll take the time and read through all the different responses of these venerating tweets about Baines, no doubt, comparisons about other bakers and like different pies and that. I tell you where you would never get this level of excited engagement about a Baines pie. You would never get that on another platform, like like a platform like Blue Sky. Because there's a lot of vegetarians on Blue Sky, and they would probably find a tweet. Mark could probably have been banned by now from Blue Sky, to be honest, because this is a pie about meat, and meat is murder. And if you're on Blue Sky, then you're treading a thin line if you're going to be making tweets about Baines. So, I mean, today. There's a lot of talk about leaving the platform, but think of the variety of tweets that we would lose, of posts that we would lose, if everybody left this platform. Anyway, let's have a look here. There's two quote tweets. It's Kev R. He speaks the truth. He does speak the truth. Everybody knows it. John Bear and Son. Family butcher. No, right, look, there's no, this needs to be disputed. Yeah, it should be sponsored by pies. Macapella says everyone's local pie is the best, just like how everyone's granny makes the best soup. Nah, that's not true, Macapella. You need to go to Baines first and then come back with this statement and see if you want to stick by it, right? I mean, Baines is in full Jambo heartland, I'm not. It takes a lot, but I have to admit, I heard that the gut. Wait a minute, let's go. McLean's Scotch Pie and Forres, world champions. I heard there was talk of paying the judges off there, cancelled for a meat pie. Beldam Lascar says, isn't Israel also some kind of family butcher? If we had the drum roll, we would give you one. Madam Tish. We live in dark times. We need dark humour is what's required during dark times. I'll tell you where else you won't get any dark humour. You won't get any dark humour in that place full of rainbows and cats and vegetarians. Looking for more. Clear. Right. Okay, I'll check my notifications. This irritated me a wee bit, I'm not going to play it. It already irritated me. It's just this, the BBC, it seems to be that the BBC is either now just, regurgitating Zionist propaganda or insulting us with kind of like Beech Grove Garden-esque kind of Soylent green preview, like pre-death kind of material, this is like we have to feel sorry for Heston Blumenthal, who stuck there like some hostage, because he worked too much or something, and it's the most middle class thing ever, isn't it? You've got this guy there.
Was it because I had no
Just looking like right testing. There is his missus and this. How is this even television? Like, you know? I thought I could see a picture. I thought his missus was in the frame, but she's not. It's just I'm not watching that. I did watch it earlier. It's like, fucking woe is me. James Mullen, morning to you. Evening to you. It says here Rebecca Radical. Message retracted. It must have been controversial if it's retracted your message. We need to play Rebecca's track again. I played it earlier. I think I played a couple of your tracks. I played my favourite track to this day is Get Cunt Still, because there's never been a more no one has written a more apt track, quite frankly. So we need to get that back on the Dukey. Let's go back here. I can't be doing with the feeling sorry for Heston business. Okay, this is everyone still going on about. We'll look at that in a second. Send in the flounce. Flounce in a lifetime. Let's get these. Who's it? Is he replying to? Flounce upon a time in Edinburgh. Let's just retweet all of these. Flounce in a lifetime. This is the flounce of the suburbs. Alright. Don't mind me, I'm just going through my likes and that, eh? I tell you where else you won't get an experience like this, where you get a lot of likes and, you know, because you've got a lot of people from different places coming. I tell you where you'll struggle to get an experience like this, you know? You'll struggle to get an experience like this on Tumblr. You won't get that experience on Tumblr. But by all means, if that's where you would rather be, it must be difficult, you know, it must be difficult. There's a genocide. There is a kind of a world, just it seems to be in a sort of McKenna idea of the kind of accelerationism, that everything's getting weirder and weirder, you know. And you know, we do have this crazy medium of social media that we have to navigate with, but it's strange, isn't it? It's strange how convinced certain sections of the culture are that everybody else is somehow being coerced and manipulated. It's good that we've got these people that are very intelligent and very clever like that. I'm very pleased that we have people of such shrewd minds who are able to see how indoctrinated and coerced and manipulated the rest of the population are, and lead us out of that as well. Lead us to other pastures where we're not subject to those predatory forces, you know. Places where they don't tolerate the type of behaviour that we see online. Places where there's a much stricter method of filtering out what's right and wrong. Kind of moral. Somewhere where a place of morals, because that's what we lack. We seem to lack morality, don't we? So it's good to know that there are social media platforms that still trade in morality. Yeah. If there was one, I'd probably want to go there and be around those people, rather than. You get where I'm coming from, right? Anyway. I think it would be. I should mention the guy that I was speaking to on Sunday. Not funded by Creative Scotland. A comprehensive take on the arts in Scotland so fiendishly calibrated as to be unsupportable by most artists. Even my own wife had to distance herself from it. The final album by Loki. I think Loki I know he's saying it's his final album, but it'll not be his final album because he's an artist. He'll always do something. He'll always be rapping in that. He might change his name. I don't know. I hope it's not the final. Well, he's obviously saying it is the final album, but I really like that. I like a lot of his stuff, but I like the one that the Laird of Camo did with him. I should play that actually. What Scotland Today? That was a belter. It was a great video as well. Of the sewage, of the Seafield Sewage Works. Iona Fife. I am delighted to. I'm not going to bother reading that. Can the male egos in our party please go outside and have a wank or something? Donald Turville's left his job. We had one reporter. Matty Ross says, part of the problem, like that boy at Tesco, he was arguing to win the argument, blinded by ego. You know, I think he did have an agenda, right? But it's kind of, you know, I didn't dislike that guy. I just thought it was a bit weird that you kind of got this way off on an agenda when it comes to these things. But we see a lot of it. You can go in and shut the door and pretend it's not happening. Yeah, you can go to other social media platforms. If you're feeling that these daily dispatches from Gaza and the Ukraine and really from all over, if you're feeling that you can't cope with modernity, if you can't cope with the chaos, then it's maybe it is a wise thing to get yourself off somewhere like Tumblr or Bebo or something, you know? Sit there, talk to people that are going to listen to what you've got to say. It's true as well. I think the defining factor for a lot of the people that are keen to depart this platform is that they really don't have anything to say, and they've not had anything to say for quite some time, especially on this particular issue. And it's kind of like the defining issue of the times. And if you've not managed to say anything, especially if you consider yourself some sort of cultural, you know, arbiter of culture or some kind of cultural critic, you know, a lot of folk have really exposed themselves for the paucity of their intellect really over this period. I think it's pretty obvious. I mean, a lot of us have known that for a long time, but it's interesting, you know. They're kind of publicly just exposing themselves now, which is probably healthy, really. It's probably a healthy thing, to be honest. Because we don't really have time for that, do we? We've got to wrestle with reality as much as possible. Nobody said it was going to be pleasant. Well, that's why I found us when you broke down his argument. Oh, I've got the wrong thing in front of me. When you broke down his argument away from semantics, he either agreed or looked pretty stupid. I think it's... I don't really know what to say. I find it kind of. I was speaking to John White earlier today, and we were talking about this, but we were talking about. It's difficult now, even for all of us who have seen these images, to look at another. It's like I still struggle with this term desensitised. I'm not convinced that's the right terminology. Maybe it is, I don't know. But there's the indifference that's there. Actually, let's go to my Instagram, because there was a piece that I put up, and it kind of makes that point. It was that's what the chap was saying. Let me just go to it for a second. Look, it's my Instagram. Of course, it's going to have me on it. I'll find that guy. I mean, look at this. It's just insanity. It's absolutely. Let's look at this reel.
How do Palestinians and how does the world continue to support this resistance? How do we support that?
Don't stop, because they're counting on you to become numb. They're counting on you to normalize the scenes of murder and the scenes of destruction. They count on you to become fatigue. It's as simple as that. Tired. So keep the course. First, it sends a message to your government here. Second, it sends a message to our people in Gaza and all over Palestine that they're not alone. So it's important.
How do Palestinians and how does the world?
So I think what the answer to that is leave to go to another platform where you're not going to have any kind of really high-tech video on it. I think you can maybe just load a GIF or something onto Blue Sky. I don't even know if it supports video. So it's definitely a place to go if you want to stick your head in the sand and pretend that nothing's actually happening. Definitely the platform to ignore reality on, definitely. So heartily recommend it. It's unfortunate that X has got a lot of problematic people there, and it's probably unfortunate as well if there's previously been a time where you've been on that platform and you thought you were important and you had something to say, and you've been gradually finding that more and more no one's really interested in what you've got to say. So you can understand why a lot of people would want to just leave that platform if they've previously been in a position where they felt like they had some cultural significance and currency there. But if you really feel passionately, if you have some politics, if you actually have a philosophy that extends past your own sort of narcissism and your own sense of self-importance, then I would expect that you would want to stay on X and kind of, as somebody mentioned earlier on, it's the battlefield, and that's really where we should be, So I certainly won't be leaving X, I think it's a very interesting platform. I don't have any time for Elon Musk as an individual. He doesn't impress me at all. But how we use this platform and how that is used to disseminate information, whether it's been manipulated or skewed or otherwise, it still seems to be like the main platform for global news and information as it stands at present. Richard Flett says it's following the party line like you follow your football team, combined with being able to dismiss anything you see online as not real. Yeah, I agree with that. Nobody likes a flounce either, It's like, what's with the flounce? Either fuck off or don't make a big statement about it. Like nobody really fucking what the sky blue doesn't have the same ring to it. No, I guess not. I guess it doesn't. Nice to see you there, Kieran. Will you tell me? Have you had your exhibition? I hope you've not had that and not informed me, because I was keen to see that. Nick Jury. I don't know this guy, but I know that he's been very hard. He's worked very hard on his campaign, so I wish him all the best in his campaign. He's definitely grafted on his campaign. Yeah, Macapella says, I stopped using Facebook about 10 years ago. Instagram is dead now as well. Yeah, there's real problems. My Facebook is completely, there's no point in me even putting it. It posts stuff, if I post on Instagram it goes to Facebook, but it doesn't, there's loads of problems with my Facebook. Very Stephen Fry, who's still on the platform, it's like, I'm not here, yeah? I'm not here, don't mind me, I'm not here, I'm over there. Like, look at this. So this is the first promo for Kieran's exhibition. Kicks off at Cass Art on Queen Street on Thursday the 21st and runs for 2 weeks. So everybody, get yourselves along to go and check out Kieran's exhibition. Bonob is the ultimate flouncer. Instagram is now Facebook from 10 years ago. I'm enjoying this deconstruction of the platforms. Like, Instagram used to be good. It's just a poor man's TikTok now. I tell you what is good, is TikTok is, people, like TikTok was weird at first. It was just like, anytime you looked at it, I used to call it TikToxic. And it was like a sort of, it felt like a nonsense platform because it was just like teenage kids like singing stuff and that and there was all these nonsense. But a lot of people on TikTok now. There's this girl that she's probably really well known. I'm showing my ignorance here because what's her name again? She's on TikTok. She's very funny. I'll find her just now. I'll pause this and let's give ourselves a laugh. She's very good. I'll put it on my retweets. Where is it here? Like these? Is it this one? Here it is here. This girl here,
right,
Kim Blythe.
When anyone clicks one of their articles, we just constantly jump the page, you know, that when they're trying to read it, we'll bring them back up to the top and we'll just make it a bit of a challenge for them to read.
She's a genius.
Thanks. I'm also thinking if they click anywhere else on the page, it'll take them to a completely different article, one that they have no interest reading about. Let's take them through the whole website.
What about video?
Video, perfect. I think a video should play during every article. The video should have absolutely fuck all to do with what the article's about, but we should just play anyway. Why not?
Amazing. What about adverts?
Adverts. Fuck, right, we probably should put a few adverts in and try and raise some revenue. I'm thinking 90% advert, 10% content.
More adverts!
Like that. Yeah, and why don't, when someone's reading that, we'll just keep adding more adverts in, we'll just keep loading more and more adverts. You know, we want the website to look like there's a virus, you know, like it's been hacked.
Yes, do that for the lesbian.
Brilliant. She's really good, Kim Blythe. I followed her on Twitter, but she doesn't seem to post her videos, or X rather. I followed her on X, but I hope she starts posting her videos there because they're really funny. But I would recommend you follow Kim Blythe. Beldam Lascar says TikTok is very compelling. like watching the start of someone else's trip. There's some real creativity there amongst the shite. No, it's absolutely true. TikTok is a brilliant platform. And Scotland is a country, not a county, says Twitter and soccer for me. Loads of flag shaggers to dismantle. Fair game. She's absolutely brilliant. She did another. Look, we'll go back. let's just fill the time. She's got another one here, which is brilliant. She goes on about the TV license. 2 seconds. I'll get this one up. Where is it? I'll find it now. Here it is. Here. I hope she doesn't mind me hijacking her content. Here it is. Is it this one here?
Sorry, I have just found out that this property isn't actually paying for a TV licence. And I think I'm going to fucking lose it. You will end up getting fined like £5 million. They throw you in the jail. That's what's going to happen. Your life is going to change. 2 kids. What if we were to take those children from you? If you don't get a TV licence, I might end up doing something to myself, right? I said it. Death penalty. Ever heard of it? Well, it's what you're gonna get if you don't start paying this fucking TV licence. Everyone you love is on the line here. I will kill them. These letters are handcrafted for you. I've never sent them to anyone else. I'm gonna lose my job if you don't set up a direct debit. I've got the army, the US military, the FBI, the CIA, the MI5 all on standby, right? Ready. With one phone call, they'll break down your door and prove to me that you're watching the telly. I know you're watching the telly, like I fucking know you're watching the telly and you're just not telling me the truth. 4th of November, I'll be trapping your door. If you don't let me in, then I'll send you another letter. So there. Sorry.
Right, there you go. Comedy's not dead. Kim Blythe has resuscitated it. Let's go back to the miserable place of genocide and bots, apparently. Here's another one. Kev. This is what we've got. He's got it right. Can you not just delete this app and move on? So dramatic. Who's Don Lemon, right? My statement on leaving Twitter. Who the TLDR, like, you know what I mean? Fuck off then. Do you know what I mean? Like, just fuck off, right? See if you want to leave X, if you want to leave the platform, tidy. Just fuck off then, right? Off you go. Off you pop. Fuck off. We don't care. Look at this. Is Liz Cullen, right? All this fucking shite about, it's full of these people. Well, who are you attracting? Who are you attracting? It's like Liz Cullen. It's one of my favourite accounts, right? She lives in, like, Ireland, right? In County Mayo or something, right? And so this is what I get for Liz Cullen, right? Let's look at Liz Cullen's media. Let's go look at Liz Cullen's media, right? She puts up paintings and houses and culture and things that are just like, and beautiful pictures of where she lives, and it makes you pine for those environments, and you might be like, just magic vibes, right? Intelligent stuff, cultured stuff, you know? She's not going, I'm leaving this platform, nobody listens to me anymore. You know? It's like, what? Check that. Who wouldn't want to walk down that wee street, that wee road? Who would they want to drive down there, like, you know? You know? See this platform? It's just full of Nazis and Elon Musk fans. Look at them all. Look at this Elon Musk acolyte here. Like, do you know what I mean? Look at this Elon Musk Nazi that's just baked some soda bread. Stephen Flynn is nothing more. Right, what's this? Right, no bother. What's with the Stephen Flynn curveball? I'm no fan of Flynn. John White. This was an awful piece of footage from earlier on. Let's look at it. Maybe not everybody caught it. Maybe not everybody saw it. Let's have a look. Jesus, not that. This.
A bomb would drop maybe on a... What I think I found particularly disturbing was that a bomb would drop maybe on a crowded, tented area, and then the drones would come down and...
Please take your time. We're incredibly grateful that you're making the time to be here today, and I can only imagine just how it has impacted you and will continue to impact you. And I feel, because you can't unsee what you've seen, but being able to share that with us really helps us hold legislators particularly to account. So we do appreciate the time that you're making for us today. Thank you.
So the drones would come down and pick off civilians, children, and we had description after description. This is not, you know, an occasional thing. This was day after day after day, operating on children who would say, I was lying on the ground after a bomb had dropped and this quadcopter came down and hovered over me and shot me. And that's clearly a deliberate act, and it was a persistent act, persistent targeting of civilians day after day. We had 1 or 2 mass casualty incidents every day. What I think I found particularly disturbing
That's the news. That's the news. Okay, let's hear awesome Rama. Everyone needs to keep speaking out. The Israeli propaganda machine is in meltdown. Just look at the Amsterdam fiasco.
Put in mind that this is over 70 years. If you speak unapologetically now and talk against what is... If you speak unapologetically now and talk against what Israel is doing, that is having an effect. Because although it's hard to watch everything that is happening, put in mind that this is over 70 years of a propaganda machine. Israel's power is not in Palestine. It's outside. It's APEC. It's how much money they pour into this mainstream media. It's when you're watching a Hollywood movie and they bring you a Mossad agent that looks cool and that you want to be like them. That's Israel's power. The power of them being able to lie. And it's not their messages, because their messages are weak, because they are weak. It is the way they deliver the messages. It is the way they lie. And once you know that, you know how to combat them. And this is why everyone now has a very important role to play.
Well, I can't say I disagree. I can't say I disagree with that, you know. This is as close as I can get to it in my hometown. That's as close as I can get to it. You know, I'm not going to judge people, but you can do something, I suppose, like, you know. I had a wee rant the other day, that's what happens when I didn't get enough sleep. Maybe you want to get me tired out more often. Anyway, respect to everybody that's pitched in and helped me, I appreciate it. And respect to everybody that shares the stuff, that's cool. Ragged Trousered Philanthropist says, Colton Hill. I consider myself extremely lucky to have lived in this beautiful city for almost 60 years. Yeah, well, you might not get to go up Colton Hill as often as you like though, because there's moves by the NIMBYs to privatise Colton Hill. I spoke to a guy on the phone yesterday he said he was a journalist, or he was wanting to be a journalist or something. It was a bit of a weird one. He seems to be legit, but I'm always a bit cautious with these people. But that was his vibe. He was wanting to talk to me about the moves to sort of basically privatise Calton Hill, which he seemed to be aware that there's definitely a creeping movement to get their mitts on all things that are currently in the public realm. Miguel Oliveira. Thing is, bud, it might be the news, but it's not on the news. It's all suppressed to continue the manufacture of consent for the uninformed. Correct. Absolutely correct. 100%. Chomsky's manufacturing consent, if everybody is aware of it, I would imagine most people are. Sometimes we forget about these things, but it's, you know. Another guy who I'm a big fan of, he's one of my secret heads that I didn't share that often, but he's an amazing guy. He's long since dead, but his name was Herb Schiller. He was an upstate New Yorker, so everything he writes you've got to read in this type of voice when he's making a very astute political point. Everything you read that he's written must be read in this voice to give it added effect. That's as close to it as I can get. But Herbert Schiller was very much on this same mode as what Miguel's talking about there in terms of how the media is controlled. And Schiller was observing mass media throughout the 60s, 70s, and 80s. He used to have a show on public access on PBS or something in the early 80s. I mean, he's been dead since like 1992 or something like that. But he wrote an amazing book called Culture Incorporated. And it's basically the schematic for how the media operate the internet. And this was when cable television. So he was observing the changes post-war in the media. He goes, like in 1963 or something like that, it said that you could fill like all the people that were involved in US media and broadcasting of any significance. You could actually, it got to a point there was so few of them, you could put them all in a room. He said by the time it got to 1982, you could fit them all in a cupboard. So definitely a guy to check out. I bet I'm a massive fan of Herb Schiller. He also wrote this essay, right? And it's the most fucking brilliant essay anybody could read. And I'll tell you right now, you need to read this essay, right? He wrote this essay, and it's called The Packaged Consciousness. You must read that essay. It's fucking dynamite. Herb Schiller. The Packaged Consciousness. Read that essay. It's absolutely fantastic. It's about the myth of individualism. Didn't I say I'm no good to yous? Right, we've got 7 minutes left. Right, let's have a guess. I'll tell you what. Stay where you are. Bitches don't leave. Right, it's competition time. Whoever gets closest to the number of votes that I get tomorrow gets a free t-shirt, right? You get a discontent t-shirt, right? You can have it in white or black. I might be a bit... I'm not telling you what size you can get in because I'm not sure what sizes I've got left. But whoever guesses, right? So, maybe my like how will I put the where can you guess? Is it just through Seal now? It'll come up, won't it? Like it takes a day for the chat to reappear again on YouTube, right? So just guess here if you're there. I will no guess on the other one. I've not thought this through. Right. Anyway, saw that. She was brutal. I didn't catch. I didn't know what that was in reference to. Right. Anyway, I'm no flouncing. I'm no flouncing. The majority aren't leaving, and neither is Jim Spence. What's shit? Has he got? He's got 80,000. You've not the right. 164. Arpagnon says. That's. That's good. I admire your optimism, bro. This is Ward 8 we're talking about here. Where I can haver away to currently over 80,000 folk who can decide whether I'm talking guff, making sense, or arriving somewhere in the middle of those two. Why would I leave? Fair enough. The laughter of Cartalis 232. Oh, you guys, man. Andy McVanaman says 204. These are like, oh man, you guys are like. I tell you right now, right? You got to realise a by-election, and there's lucky if there's going to be a 30% turnout, and most of these votes are going to come back as postal votes. I've tentatively spoken to some of the old biddies up in these nice palatial parts, and the genocide isn't concerned. They're not concerned by the genocide. Alba won't flounce. Right, Andy McVanaman says 200 for 233. Arpagnon, type in Andy McVanaman. In fact, now I'll do it here. Andy 35. Sorry for lowballing, but I want to win a T-shirt. Macapella might be, could be. Macapella could be in with the goods. Fletch says 77. What are we looking at here? I don't know, Rebecca. Genocidal Grannies. There's a band. That's the collective band name. There's some hot competition for this tea. Right. The point is, have we made a statement? Have we annoyed them a bit? Have we let people know what we think? I think we have. I think we've done that. 162 says Scotland is a country. I need to write these ones down. 23. It is of course, I get it. Right, Scotland. Put this in. Scotland is a country. It says 162. Andy McVanaman. Says 204. John McFadden. 257. So texted me. I like it. 257. Whatever the numbers, it's been a fun experience. How many folk is there? It's been a fun experience. It allows us to do certain things, to say certain things, and we're going to continue to do that on what the X and what the siX. We've reached 7 o'clock. It's been a great amount of people joining this evening. It's really great to see. It's nice to see so many new faces and new names appear. I'm no flouncing, but feel free to flounce if you're that way inclined. And I'm going to leave us with an absolutely brilliant freestyle that 1250 have got out as a wee link up with Paiute, and it's K2, and apparently there's a few more of these that have been done. So I'll see you on Friday morning for What the X, but until then, take good care of yourselves, stay cool. Remember, culture is not your friend, and consciousness is a human right. I'll see you on Friday morning. Ciao.
Yo, it's K2. One thing I want to say is no matter what cunts think you, never ever give a fuck what they think. Yo, look. These cunts keep acting shady, so of them's got my lot back with. When I run up in the gaff and I grab at my man, leave that face with a stitch. And I heard this cunt get weighed, so watch this cunt get ripped. Put a 3.5 in a see-through bag with a lot back at my dick. Catch 'em, let's have 'em. Let's run up and slash 'em. Man, I live for this madness. Let's see who's laughing. Now screams rings, no match for the king. Step on my toes, man, I flick my knife. Safety chest, got safety pride. Don't get weighed, get ripped on sight. Said you done us, no shut up. Watch cunt get cut up. If he's posted with a big wage, best believe I get paid. Headshots, no mistake. Or up close with a big blade. When I push that in his ribcage and I pull it out, watch that shit spray. But these cunts keep trying to snake me, so I've always got my lot back with. Or these cunts try to say they'll waste me, but they run when they hear the flick. Jump in the whip, now jump out. There's men crying, gun sounds, there's cars screeching, blacked out. Jump back in the whip, now I'm flat out. Go mad for the big wage cash out. Go mad if you touch my gang. Go mad if you touch my son. Go mad if you touch my farm. Got a 3.5 my sock, so I need to go make this drop. And if you go touch that cash, better run when you hear that pop. It's that dog-eat-dog world, we just gotta survive. And in this city full of rats, it's an eye for an eye. So keep your eye on the prize and never trust no lies. Better walk it like you talk it, never shy for no guy. All these cunts keep acting shady, so I'm gonna walk back with. When I run up in the gaff and I grab at my man, leave that face with a stitch. And I heard this cunt get weighed, so watch that cunt get ripped. Put a 3.5 in a see-through bag with a lot back at my dick. All these cunts keep acting shady, so I've got my lot back with. When I run up in the gaff and I grab at my man, leave that face with a stitch. And I heard that cunt get weighed, so watch this cunt get ripped. Put a 3.5 in a see-through bag with a lot back at my dick. Dafties, man. No cunt can compete with this shit. Look. If I pull it out, I'ma let it bang. Rat-a-tat-tat, man, I rate a sang. Mask on, I'm coughed up. Now I'm taking out trash at a dump truck. If I catch him, that's tough luck. Man, I swing this blade like a nunchuck. Bruce Lee when I punch teeth, stab a cunt in the face. Man, I watch him bleed. If I've got some beef, then let's squash it. Your birds on the knees don't want it. Should I smelt those flaps are rancid. Hit the run for the bitch, can't hack it. Jump in the whip, straight for the back road. Seen blue lights, so we ditch two black phones. Locked in the road, which cunt gets crashed. Bro, lose these cocks in the back to the graphos. Cunts keep acting shady, so I've always got my lot back with. When I run up in the gaff and I grab at my man, leave that face with a stitch. And I heard that cunt get weighed, so I watch this cunt get ripped. Put a 3.5 in a see-through bag with a lot back at my dick.